Hello, welcome to Paxton Presbyterian Church. My name is Norman Daniels, and we are standing deep in the bowels of the church. Actually, we are underneath the church, 1740 church, right now. And we're going to talk a little bit about the structure of this church. We're now under the sanctuary, and if you look at that opening, if you notice, you'll see a steel I-beam and above it stone. That's the original stone of the sanctuary wall. On the other side of that opening is the 2005 Sunday School edition. This brick structure that you're seeing here is a support to hold up the wall and the floor of the church itself. This was put in 1931 during the major renovations they did of this building. Before 1931, this entire structure was filled with dirt. It had never been excavated, and the dirt went all the way up to the floor. Now, as we're looking towards the east end of the sanctuary, where the porch is, you can see the dirt. And again, before 1931, this dirt went all the way up to the ceiling. And they had to excavate for the steam pipes and the heating pipes for the sanctuary, which was all done in 1931. So they dug this out. So again, you see another support here to help support the church itself. And this dirt, they said when it went all the way to the top, and they would just put flooring and things over top. When they started to look to excavate, the dirt was hard, packed from centuries of people standing on it for worship service. So we could say in a way that here we have our 1740 floor. It's been lowered a little bit. When they did the 1931 renovation, they took out the floor, and instead we've got these I-beams running along as rafters above us. And after they put the I-beams down, they put a new floor down. They put some cement down to make our brick alleyways that we have now. The floor here is still dirt, and we have stone from the foundations here. Now, we're going to look over here, and as we look here, we see stone of the foundation, and we have brick here that was used as a support. But this lent itself to the rumor that we had in this church, and I've heard many times that there was an underground tunnel going from the church to the manse. And I can tell you that that is not a correct rumor or myth. First of all, before the Civil War, this was all dirt, and there was no basement. And so they wouldn't have dug a tunnel here because there was no basement to begin with. Plus the fact as we moved towards the cemetery, there was a ravine down towards the manse with a creek running through it. So you obviously are not going to dig below that. So the myth of this secret tunnel is just that, a myth. But one thing I did find that surprised me down here is behind me. So we will shift over there. When I came down here the first time, I was very surprised to find two footstones. I have no idea how they got here or why they're here. I have a feeling that when they had the floor out in 1931, that they put them down here then. The little one on the left says GL. And according to our records of interment, while it's not a complete record, the only GL we have is George Lorette, who had been an enslaved person and is buried in the northeast corner of our cemetery. The one on the right, SP, we have four possible people. I'm thinking that Sue Pauling might be that person that this footstone was for. And if we confirm that, we will return these stones to their proper spots. Or they could be somebody we don't know. And maybe that's why they're here. Nobody knew where they belong. But when you're sitting in our church worshiping God, there's two headstones underneath you, which I thought was kind of interesting. So this concludes our visit to the structures of Paxton Church. The next time we meet, we'll be talking about our churchyard and follow up with, there's many interesting stories about people in our churchyard, because Paxton's story is the story of the early part of the United States and after. So I hope you'll join me for those. My name is Norman Daniels from Paxton Presbyterian Church. You join us on our website at paxtonchurch.org, and we have live streaming Sunday services at 10:15, and at the website you can also find historical information as well as more information about our current church today. So God bless you. Have a great week.